The Paris 2024 Olympic Games have been hailed by the French government as affordable and accessible to the general public. The first round of ticket sales was launched on February 13th, and for the moment, only people drawn from a lottery can access the tickets. But for the lucky few, the reality has been quite different to what the French government had promised. Many social media users took to Twitter to express their anger and disappointment, especially when it comes to the pricing. This Twitter user, for example, said, "Stadium tickets are 90 euros for the cheapest, or 170 euros to 385 for one ticket to an evening session. I paid £60 for my London 2012 tickets. I'm a big athletics fan, but this is unreasonable." Facing a barrage of criticism, the president of the Paris Organizing Committee, Tony Estanguet, told the French radio RTL that the Paris Olympics are not more expensive than the London 2012 Games. So is this true? And how do the Paris Olympics prices compare to the previous Olympics, for example, in Tokyo, Rio, and in London? Well, when looking at this London Assembly report about the 2012 London Games, well, we see that nearly 2.5 million tickets were sold under £20. And so we took the average exchange rate in 2012, which comes out to approximately 25 euros back then. So as you can see, it's slightly more expensive than Paris, which will only have 1 million tickets at 24 euros available next year. And the 2016 Rio Olympics promised 3.8 million tickets at less than what was approximately 18 euros back then. And for the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, the cheapest tickets were approximately 21 euros. So in the end, we see that the Paris prices are quite similar to the previous Olympic Games, except for Rio, which was the cheapest. But these calculations do have a limit. We have to keep in mind the inflation rate. The euro didn't have the same value it did back in 2012, for example. And second of all, it's also important to remember the price difference varies between countries because the majority of the tickets are reserved for the local population. And according to the World Bank, the average annual salary, for example, in Brazil is 5,500 euros back in 2020 compared to, for example, 30,000 euros in Japan and in France, so quite a big difference here. And for the 2024 Paris Games, there will be a second phase of ticket sales on May 11th, and registration opens on March 15th.